Happy Thursday, YouTube land. How's it going? Well, it's been an interesting week around here. I don't know if anybody that's here now was here on Tuesday when I had to literally push the off button on my computer because I got hacked. That was really, really scary, and I'm sorry if I didn't explain it well. I did post in my community tab what happened. I was online, and the only thing I had open was StreamYard, and someone opened a window and tried to get into my Chrome settings. I was just like, whoa. Ha! Ha ha ha, ha, Gary. Dude, you just cracked me up. You really just cracked me up. Thank you, thank you. Always put a smile on my face, either here or in Discord or any other place I see you out and about on YouTube land. So thank you very much for spreading joy and happiness to the world, because boy, do we need it. So, some of you have heard my troubles with my rental unit where the hot water heater died. So that was last weekend, and we went over there on Saturday and started the process. And the plumbing PVC pipes, because, everyone should definitely never use that when they're doing plumbing, but especially in the heat of Arizona, because it just breaks. So they had to replumb under the trailer. So they get all that working. Everything seems fine. Well, then the pressure tank doesn't want to work. Well, we go get a pressure tank and we put it in, and everything seems fine until the next morning when there's no pressure, there's no water. The pressure tank was actually bad, brand new from the store. It's under warranty. We get a new one. Great. But the guy had a job in Las Vegas. So my poor tenants have been having intermittent water all week. And hopefully by, 5 o'clock tonight, they will have fully functioning water again because he's coming back again. So we have that going on. And then our son Adam, our baby, who just turned 29, he's had a minor hernia on and off since high school from gymnastics, right next to his belly button. He's been careful of it until a couple days ago. He's the manager of the Chevron here in town, and, there's a lot of inventory that has to be stocked and moved, and he lifted something wrong, and he popped his hernia. So he was at the urgent care yesterday, and he's not bad enough to require surgery, but he needs a couple of days off work, and he needs a truss, and he needs to lay down. So we got that going on. And hey, everybody, please pray for Polly. I know y'all know Polly. She is not doing well health-wise. She may be on the way to the doctors today with heart issues, and, please pray for her. Please pray for her. I did post a link here. First things first, morning devotions. I have that on TV right now. It's muted because, but that is Rita. And I actually found Rita in the jewelry community selling things, and I bought from her and subscribed to her channel. Well, a few days later, I get a notification that she's doing morning devotionals. I'm like, oh, really? Let me go check it out. Rita's pretty cool. You want to learn about the Bible or just be involved with people that are reading the Bible daily? Go check out Rita. She's also doing taking the science facts and combining them with things in the Bible, to prove to people that here it is, it's real, but she's finding some really cool stuff. So check her out. Rita's really pretty cool chick. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, she's not going to be here today because she's not going to be here today. So, but I just wanted to let everybody know, please send out prayers for her because you guys all know Polly, and I know y'all care about her. So, she's probably be mad I told y'all, but whatever. She needs the prayers. So I've had a great week. It's been very interesting, been hacked. Oh, last Mama heard about it because I was talking to her when it went down. Yesterday, I'm hearing this ungodly noise. Come, thump, bang, crash. But the garbage man was here. I knew it was the garbage man because, it's a big truck. You can hear it coming. So I look outside, and he's knocking over the dumpster. 3 times he knocks it over, and each time he knocks it over, he pushes it farther away from him. We have very low-hanging electrical wires here. He drove his truck under my electrical wires, at which point I ran outside barefoot, which is not good here, screaming like a banshee, because that's apparently my new role for 2025, because we started that on New Year's Eve, screaming at the neighbors to stop firing guns and freaking out the animals. You're going to rip out my power lines. You must stop your vehicle. Do not move, right? He gets all mad at me. He's like, well, what is it? I'm like, you put the dumpster there. You knocked the dumpster over. The wires have been there since longer than I've been around. So, bye, Gary. Thanks for stopping. So the man, I said, just pull up on the empty acre and go around. He does some kind of 950-point turn, gets himself almost stuck in the sand. Then he's really mad. Now he's going the wrong direction. We live on little dirt roads, guys. These are not they're really just about as big as the garbage truck. There is no turnaround place here. So he ends up pulling off into my other acre across the street and tearing stuff all up, picks up my dumpster, which he had pushed out into the middle of the road, and left it on the neighbor's property. So I have to call the office. I talked to some lady. I'm like, I don't want that guy back here. I don't know what's going on, but this is not acceptable behavior. He's yelling at me. I'm like, dude, you're ripping out my wires, not the other way around, right? So the manager finally calls me back and tries to insinuate that it's my fault because the dumpster was there. I'm like, I didn't put it there. It's been there for 4 years. You guys put it there. Well, we've been working on problems like yours. I said, working on problems? There was no working on anything. The man almost ripped off my wires and got really mad that I yelled at him and left. If I were his boss, I'd pull him off the road for the day because he's going to do damage to someone else's house. And she said, well, it just can't stay there. And I'm like, okay, so why doesn't someone have a figure it out where else it should go? Well, that's what we're doing. I said, no, some human wants to come here and act like a grown-up and have a conversation with the homeowner that's paying the bill. Then we can have that conversation. Thank you very much. And I hung up the phone. So about an hour later, the guy came back. He was very apologetic. We very nicely had a little conversation about, I understand the wires are a problem. I don't know why the company, put them there. That's, the dumpster under the wires. What am I supposed to do? Drag a dumpster around? And where am I supposed to put it? We found a good spot. He's happy. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. So at least that one worked out. I still get garbage taken away. Adam's doing a little better today. He's pretty sore and he's just going to have to really take it easy. And my understanding from almost every woman I've spoken, and not even just women, pretty much every human I've spoken to. Oh, yes, Steve, don't say that. Yes, absolutely 100%. It can get worse. Yes, it can. So just retract that thought. And it's only going up from here. But yeah, it can get worse. I fully expect it will get worse, sadly. I don't want to be the doom and gloom lady, but yeah, we ain't done yet, folks. We are not. We're about halfway to the finish line, by the way I see it. But I don't know. I think that all these planetary alignments are really messing with the men this time around. And I'm not picking on you guys. I feel bad for you. It just seems like every guy I've heard about or from is just like almost like they've been on steroids, like they got road rage and they don't know why. They just bleh, and it's just these energies coming in, and for whatever reason, it's going after the dudes. I haven't looked into which planet's messing with you guys, but yeah, watch your back. Keep your head on a swivel, as they say. Try not to take things personally, especially in public, because the whack jobs are out there, and you start a fight in public, it may not go well. So I don't know, man. Just go watch Rita. She'll calm you down. I'm not the calm down person. But yeah, it is just like things have just been, I don't know. I mean, really just still. We're getting there. We're okay. Adam's okay. The water will be fixed. The dumpster got solved. Doug has been listening to me about the planets and the things, and he's like, that's kind of what I've been seeing too, because he was like, I'm going to quit my job. I almost, ran into this guy because he wouldn't move at the red light. I mean, he's just been like, blah. He's like, I don't even know why I'm like this. I'm like, dude, it's not you. It's the universe. It's attacking you. I don't know why, but it is. Well, maybe I do know why. From what I've heard from different people, the age of Aquarius is bringing back the balance, the yin yang. We've been under masculine rule forever, and they've done the feminine rule before, and this time around it's going to be balanced. And I guess if the feminine's coming back into balance the masculine, then the masculine's got to take a couple steps back, which is probably going to be uncomfortable. But we're not attacking you guys. It's just the universe. It has to be in balance. That's just how it works. Good, bad, light, dark, male, female. That's just the way it works. And we got to get back in balance. We have not been in balance for a long time. And maybe that's what's going on. We're just sitting on those scales and they're going woo, 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 woo. We're all dizzy. I've been hearing exciting things coming out of Iraq. Hopefully that's all going to keep on keeping on. And I'm still not expecting right away, but I still am expecting June, July. That's when I think things are really going to start rocking and rolling. My opinion. I don't know. I don't know anything, but all I can say is that I know that things that I've been saying for the past 2 years have been happening left, right, and sideways. So I am not a prophet, but I'm saying I think I figured some of it out, and I don't know how to feel about that because I don't even necessarily like everything that's happening, but I don't know if there's any way to stop it. I mean, things have to play out the way they have to play out. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. Bless Mama. Good and bad. It's never, never, never going to stop. We go to heaven for that. That's where that is not a thing. Here, it will always be a thing. Yeah, good stuff going on. I know. I've been hearing it. I have been hearing it. Been reading it myself. I pretty much stopped listening to almost all of it. I mean, I get the dinar recaps. I look at the headlines. I'm like, yeah, okay, next. I've heard it all. I don't think there's any thought I have not heard about it. So, it'll happen. It will happen. It's not ready yet. I don't think it's ready yet. I think we got more infrastructure to go. But the way the world is, and the way, I mean, is there a country in the world that is doing well? I mean, Iraq apparently is doing pretty good, but most countries are not financially stable. I don't even know how many countries are actually politically stable. I don't think there's too many of those either. So, I mean, everything's breaking and falling apart. This is the tower moment for the world, and it's happening, and we are not going to stop it. We can only control. Hopefully we can control the new outcome, how it will be rebuilt, how we will fix it, what we will do with it. I hope we found enough of the bad people and that enough of the other people have said, hey, I don't want to be them. I want to be on your side. So what can we do to fix it? Hopefully we're getting our army bigger or at least more awake. I mean, we got them. They don't know it, but Oh, yeah, I'm just looking forward to better times. I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking forward to. I just want the crazy to stop, really. I just want people to not have to wake up in the morning and say, ooh, what do I have to watch out for today? I mean, and half time you don't even know until a week later that it happened, or, there's weird stuff going on with the post office. Not liking that. And of course, here I am trying to get inventory to open my new shop. And I had a package leave Las Vegas on the 11th. We're an hour away, So, and the only thing it says is will be late arriving. Oh, okay. Well, how late is late? I mean, 5 days is already pretty late arriving for an hour and a half drive, so I don't know. And it's not the only package. And I was on a website, one of my shows here that, talks about running YouTube channels and sales and, stuff I need to know. And there was like, I don't know, 30, 40 people in chat, and 15 to 17 of them have had shipping problems. They ship it. They have a tracking number, all that work. The post office just isn't delivering it. People's mail is just disappearing in transit. It's like, oh, yay. Yeah, let's start a online sales shipping and have all your packages disappear. I mean, the way things have been going. See, it's going on. It's the postal service. It's not UPS and it's not FedEx. It's the postal service. So once again, government things involved. I don't know, guys. Things are weird. Things are definitely weird. Just a matter of trying, how much do you, I don't want to spend all day digging through articles and going through sanctions and government paper, government websites, period. I don't, nope. I wanted to have somebody tell me what number things to look up and then I'll go read them. I'm not saying I won't read them. Yeah, Canada, I know it is over, maybe, sort of, kind of. Yeah. That's been a big problem for a lot of people because there's a lot of Canadians that are online selling and online buying. And some of the sellers have been holding packages for, I don't know, a month, 2 months. I think it was before Christmas when the strike went down in Canada. So that's interesting. The postal service, that seems like something that is kind of like necessary, you know? Still got the cough, guys. Sorry. I think I just live with this till I die now. Yeah, yeah, Jack definitely has some good stuff to say. I watch sometimes muted just to see what's going on in chat. I miss you guys, but that's enough of that. Anyway, but yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there. I mean, there's stuff. I mean, I watch a lot of things, and I've stopped with 99% of the gurus. I still watch Mark, and I watch Mark a lot. The company's really good. Mark is, he's fun. But he tells us a lot about what goes on in this country, which is where I live, and I need to know what's going on here. I mean, good for Iraq, by all means. Please keep doing what you're doing, and I can't wait for it to happen. But I want to know what the hell's going on here, because what's going on here is not cool. And I'm, once again, how much of the guru stuff is just a distraction to keep us that actually have some brain cells from paying attention to what's going on here? I think there are too many of us not paying attention to what's going on here. And I'm not going to be the one to tell you all about it because it's boring and I don't really want to do it. So y'all are big people. Go look. I mean, there's plenty of headlines. I mean, I've given you guys some really good other YouTube people on here that talk about stuff in ways that I think we, accept the news and are, News Decode, the British guy, he's something else, man. I really like him. And he tells us a lot about Europe too, which, that's kind of important. And we kind of forget about that, but yeah, they run a lot of stuff, Steve, do I have to? I really don't really want to outlive everybody. Really, I don't. It gets lonely. I've outlived a lot of my friends already, which doesn't please me on many levels. So, Yeah, I don't know. Bear, I don't know. I mean, I've looked into it. I don't know. I mean, I did that whole follow the flag thing, and the maritime versus land law or whatever they call it. I mean, I've looked into all of it. I understand what they're saying. I don't know. I don't like what they do. I hope it can change. I'm just not sure that we're going to get all of the stuff that we've been promised, because it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot, a lot, a lot. So I think we're going to be getting this doled out in pieces and parts over the next 20 years is honestly what I think. And, maybe our grandkids will have a decent life. I think we're the warriors. They're going to have to put it all in place to make sure that the future generations, I mean, that's pretty much what it's always been. But I think we got a big, important job this time around because, it hasn't gone so well. Whoever did it last time, they may have had good intentions, but the follow through, yeah, they certainly slacked off and let the baddies take over again. So, got to stop being lazy. Got to, period. And bless mama, and I say, I don't want to do all that research. But I also think, what more research is there to be done? What do we really need to know? How much more of our lives do we need to, dedicate to listening to what's going on in Iraq every day? I mean, I spent a couple years of time doing stuff that I probably should have been doing other stuff with. I think a lot of this has been a big psyop, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But I think, a lot of this guru stuff has been just a big psyop just to keep people busy. Just like the Q thing kept people busy. Maybe it's just, and again, not saying none of it's true, but what are you writing all in code for unless you want to suck up people's time? Because that's what it does. People trying to figure out comms, gives you something to do when you lock down, I suppose, because, and Geez, I hear people saying, oh, we're going to have lockdowns again because we're having 3 or 4 or 20 more things, viruses, bird flus, you pick it, whatever, coming at us. Yeah, nah, not happening. They're going to try, good luck, but nope. I think too many of us are under the I will not comply category now. So that kind of worries me too, because I think because we won't, they're going to have to go bigger, and it might get scary. I know, Steve. I don't know what all this fanfare is about. Trump's having like parties, and I don't know. Maybe they normally do it. I really don't pay that much attention. In my opinion, it's all the elite stuff doing their stuff, rubbing each other's backs. But why is he having a big rally the day before? And why is our vice president not going to be at the inauguration? Oh, because it's too dangerous. Well, then maybe we shouldn't be out in public 20 times in the 5 days surrounding the situation. And, maybe we should just get to work and start fixing things and stop with the games and the parties and the who cares. I mean, do you care if they have a candlelight dinner? Because I don't. I ain't going to it. I wouldn't go if I was invited. I mean, let's get real. Let's do things. Yeah, see, Steve, I don't really have that because we don't have, winter. I mean, I know exactly what that is. I lived with it most of my life, but no, just crazy land and crazy politics and crazy monetary systems and crazy, crazy people running everything. So I don't know. I just really I'm hoping that you guys can just breathe in and out and remember it's not you. And I, like I said, you're getting picked on right now. And I think the universe is not done with you yet. So, and that means all the women in your lives, you got to be patient because it's not their fault. It's like us having PMS, man. You can't stop it. You just got to deal with it. So I think all the men are getting a big smack of PMS for no good reason this week. So I'm sorry. Take my doll. It helps. Calgon, take me away. Yeah, maybe that's what we all need. A big old bubble bath, huh? Just soak away our troubles for a week or something. Stay until we get all wrinkled. Yeah, it's been interesting. It has been interesting. I'm sorry, Steve. It's been bad. Every guy I know of or have spoken to is like, why? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Just breathe. It's crazy. Just craziness going on. Who knows? Maybe they're sending out signals through 5G, or I don't know, maybe the airplanes have started dropping different chemicals, or you pick a thing. Where's our tinfoil hats? I'm gonna have to put a tinfoil hat on my little hippie chickie here because now, what won't you believe these days? I mean, nothing's fantasy land anymore. Everything it's not even like, half the stuff you've actually seen played out in real life that we never would have thought would have happened. So I just don't even know. I mean, every day is a new adventure. You never know what's going to happen. So, I'm just hoping to get to the end of the week with no more issues. That's my big plan. Doug only has to work one more day, then he gets 3 days off. Adam's taking it easy. Hopefully by Monday, he'll be feeling better. Hopefully by the end of the day, my tenant will have normal running water in her house and, we can just move forward. That would be awesome. And hopefully Polly will be fine and be home and, eating ice cream tonight. Kind of don't think that's the case, but hopefully she'll be much, much better than she was this morning when I talked to her. So, yeah, I'm just, that's what I'm hoping, that everyone can just don't take it personally, because there's a lot of stuff getting thrown at us right now. And, unless you really know you did something to screw up, it's not you. It's okay. Just for some reason, there's a lesson you need to learn. Now, the quicker you learn it, the faster you can get through it. So give it a try. Put in your best effort, follow directions. Don't forget to put your name at the top so you get credit. Oh man. So yeah, I wish I had some less stirred up crazy crap going on, but that's kind of what it goes up to. Yeah. I mean, look at the fires in California. My, oof. Those people, I don't know what those people are going to do. I mean, it's like I guess they said it was over 40,000 acres of burn. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot in the desert, never mind downtown LA. That's a lot of people that don't have houses now. And I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know what California will they help them? I mean, California's been a messed up place for a really long time. So, do I think it was done on purpose? I don't know. I don't think it was natural. I don't think they put in too much effort to stop it. Empty reservoirs, fire hydrants that don't have water, and you talk to the fire chief, and she's like, well, what do I have to say about that? I say my job is to pull up and plug in. It's not my job to get the water there. Well, whose job is that? Let's keep on going up the ladder. I'm hoping that as much as this sucks, and I don't even, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel bad. It's bigger than that. I mean, the words are not there for the horrible things these poor people are going through, but, what do you do? I mean, North Carolina, Florida, that whole mess. I mean, this has been going on for a year or longer. Hawaii, I mean, endless. Just so, what is going on? What really is going on? What are we going to do to stop it? How do we stop it? How do we fix it? How do we help the people? You can't even give them, you know, help because you donate to the organizations and they just either throw it away, stockpile it, sell it. They don't give it to the people that need it. They won't let you get near the people that need it to actually physically help on site. I don't know. I mean, it's all a nightmare. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I know, and then, but bless mama, a lot of those elites also lost their homes too. And I'm not, I feel bad for them too. I mean, I'm sorry, anyone whose house burns down, that's a horrible thing. Um, and I don't know that this isn't the disclosure, even though people are getting hurt. I don't know that, we're not getting the perp walks that we wanted, but look how many quote unquote not cool people have had all kinds of really bad things happen to them. Maybe not what we think should happen, but their lives have been completely upturned. Yeah, 770. Isn't that great? And I mean, that won't even pay most people's car payments or 1 month of rent or anything else. I mean, an average family with a couple kids spends about $1,200 a month on food. So what's 770 going to do? Will that even get you a week in a hotel? I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I mean, and that's it. It is. It's in your face. And if you can't see it at this point, I mean, what are you supposed to say? I mean, none of this is, and then I hear, yes, I mean, I understand using salt water on fires is bad for the land. It's bad for a lot of things because salt is destructive. I get it. But one of the big reasons, or conspiracy theory reasons, is that, because there were so many smart meters on the houses that they didn't want to damage them because they want to turn it into a 15-minute city and the infrastructure's there if they don't wreck it. It doesn't sound too far-fetched to me. And I also heard that the people's houses that didn't burn, like in the neighborhoods full of burned houses, were either the ones that did not have the smart meters connected or that someone actually went and unconnected the smart meters because they were getting power surges, and that was part of the cause of some of the fires. Exactly, Bear. It's out there, and if you can't see it, you ain't going to make it through. That's all I mean, really. You're going to be in the 15-minute city, which is basically open air jail. So, yeah, I'll be living in a tent before that happens to me. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're taking land. I mean, when we went to Colorado to look at that house, and we're driving through there, and it's like, what is all this stuff? Well, I didn't realize it was all mining, and that, they were taking natives' lands, and even if they weren't taking the lands, they were polluting them with the, runoff, and yeah, it was a mess. And, that's when I started really learning about that, because, that may be a good reason not to live in that house, because, things were kind of iffy there about water, and not just having it, but it being polluted and the air being polluted, and, with like heavy metals, which is, kind of pretty bad. As much as I love that house, it was in a bad location. Oh, bad cough, man. I got tickle in my throat. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I just wanted to, show up, hoping that my stream wouldn't get hacked again today. That was so scary. I was like so freaked out, and I'm sorry I ditched on people, but I was just like, wow, I really don't need someone taking over my computer today. Yeah, I've redone it. I've run security checks. I've run all the, debuggings, and the cleaned up all my cookies and things and stuff and all that, and re-signed into my browsers with new passwords. And I sadly used Doug's cell phone to get a 2-part thing going on there, so that I can, definitely knew for sure I was not under the same information as before. So yeah, exactly, Steve. I believe it 100%. 100%. I mean, they got minerals, they've got, oceanfront land. I'm surprised they haven't done Florida more than they did, but I kind of think Florida is sinking, so they may not actually want it. I don't know. But California, there's still earthquakes. The earthquakes are going crazy around the planet again, and volcanoes are going off again, and it hasn't really stopped. People just don't talk about it, but I check out those channels, and yeah, there's stuff going on all over the place. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with planetary alignments. We're going to have 6 of them in alignment at the end of this month, I think right after Trump gets in office. And then again in February, we're going to have all 7 planets in alignment. And then, when is it? The end of March, beginning of April. And then again right before my birthday in September, end of September. So there's all kinds of things going on. Oh, bless Mama. Me too, girlfriend. I wish you peace. I know, just try to think of, all the times he had to live with you with PMS. Just think, not his fault. Give him some chocolate, or I don't know, beer. I don't know. What do you guys need when you have PMS? Get him a pinup girl calendar. I don't know. Yeah, and I feel really bad for Doug. He's really struggling with this because he doesn't want to be an idiot. He doesn't want to be mad. He's not enjoying himself. It's not like, he feels justified in being angry at things. He doesn't even know why he is. Like I said, it's like being on steroids. You get on steroids and you get all weird after a couple of days. That's kind of how he feels, and he's not taking anything. So, how do you combat that? I don't know. For me, chocolate and, hanging out, watching shiny things on TV. That's what I do. Yeah, 2.0, 4.0, 9.0. How much of the stuff that's gone down in the past few years that maybe, look what they did in Canada. That was what, last winter, was it, when Canada was on fire? The whole of Canada, and it all smelled weird, and, like they couldn't put out pine trees because they all of a sudden forgot how to fight fires. And yeah, that was normal. It's like people just forget, and it's not they forget. There's so much. It's like the norm nowadays. Like, oh, we just live in crazy land. So what's going to happen today? Oh, gee, look at that. Yeah, it's like all the planets are going to be in alignment. I think it's around February 4th. I think. Yeah, it's things are, and when the planets line up, it changes things. That's just physical nature, period. You know, you don't have to assign anything to it. I mean, you know, we live in 3D whether we like it or not. So we have the effects of 3D on us, and it messes with us, you know, I mean, on a physical level. And you know, when you don't really know what's going on with your body, that makes your mind go wiggy. So, you know, and again, the bad people have nothing to do with that. That's just the way it is. You know, you want to talk about God? Well, there it is. He's telling everybody, hey, hey, you awake? You paying attention? I ain't done yet. I got more to come. You know. But yeah, this year, guys, as much as I would like to be all sunshine and roses, it's going to be rocky. It's going to be tough. I'm pretty sure we're going to hear things from our beloved Mr. Trump that we are not going to like because, you know, one, he's not a magician, and two, you know, his ideas about living are not necessarily the same as ours, and he does live in that 1% world that we do not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Steve. Yeah, that was normal stuff, right? I mean, you've lived in Canada your whole life. How many kinds of fires like that have you dealt with? I mean, really? And you know, what is this? We don't put out fires anymore crap. I'm pretty sure that's kind of the first thing you're supposed to do. And I don't even know they have like parts of the California fire up to 10% contained. That's it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a firefighter, and I am not saying anything about the firefighters. This is the powers that be telling them what they can and can't do, giving them the money, the equipment, or not, because, oh, we send a lot of it to Ukraine. Ukraine, you know, they want to send us some fire help now because we so graciously outfitted them with 15 complete fire stations where they can handle any emergency in like 10 different languages. So maybe we should all move to Ukraine. Yeah. And I wonder why people hack my computer, right? I really don't, just so you know. Yeah, it's an interesting world we live in. You know, I gotta say, I would much rather watch this on TV like the Truman Show than actually be part of the Truman Show, because I kind of been feeling more and more like that lately. That wow, somebody's decided to crank up the knob on the sitcom button because, whoo, I don't know, man. I'm amazed people actually still go to work and function on, any kind of level here. I don't have any friends currently with kids in school, so I'm curious how that's all going. Are you guys doing sports, or do you have cat litter boxes in your bathrooms? I mean, how's this all working out these days? Because I would be horrified to have children in school right now. They would not be in school. They would not. No, my kids, if I was doing that now, they would not be in a public school. That's got to get changed too. Oh, guys, good news! Good news! RFK actually got red food dye number 5 banned. It is officially banned in this country. Yay! I don't doubt that, Steve. You know? Yeah, Doug was, I don't know what we were watching. Might have been God Rules too. Talking about how the wealthy people were hiring private firefighters to keep their homes from burning. Well, can you blame them? They have the money. But my question is, where did the private firefighters come from? I don't know, because I'm assuming they have to have equipment for that too. And one point that he made was that, these people were in a neighborhood and they could have actually protected the entire neighborhood, which was not on fire, and they could have kept it that way as opposed to only protecting their house, which, there you go. There's a difference, I mean, You could stop it at the gated community gate instead of letting it come through that. Wouldn't that have been nice, Number 3 die in Canada. All right, good to go. Yeah, he's working already, which I'm I have the We the People website. I don't know if I can find it. I will see if I can find it and post it here so you guys can go sign up if you want. I don't think you can, Steve, but I mean, you can go look at it. I just don't know if they'll let you because you're not American, but I don't know. I mean, maybe you will be very, very soon, though. What do you think, Steve? Do you want to be an American? Do you want to join this crazy country? If you do, can you help make it better, or will it just be worse? I don't know. Let's see if I can actually find it. It was just a short video. It wasn't a live. Yeah, it's a good one, though. Good place that they're nothing else. That's where you're going to see what kind of things they are thinking about doing. If nothing else, give you an idea of where. Here it is. Yeah, it's only a 4-minute video. It'll open so I can share it. There we go. And it's got the links to it so you guys can go and, Steve, I hope that's a good thing for you. Some days it's a good thing, some days it's a bad thing. All right. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what that was. Yeah, they have links there where you can go and read the bills that they're considering. You can put in your opinion of what you would like them to vote. Doesn't mean they will, but at least they get to know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's the websites for the people. And, it's about RFK and stuff and, all the stuff that they're trying to do. So, check it out. It's a good one. Yeah. I have no problem with Canada. I mean, Canada's got nice people, at least. They're not all jerks like, other places I've been. But, they want to join, fine. But this whole annexing countries and or just tariffing them until the point that they want nothing to do with us. That's not cool. I'm not into taking things by force. I'm not into any of that foolishness. So, that's how we all got in this to start with. They all just said, oh, I'm the king and now I just own everything. No, you don't. It doesn't work that way. That's just not how these things work. So, or at least I kind of thought that's what our rules of current society said. That's not how it works. Don't take things that don't belong to you. And I guess Greenland is like split 50-50 if they want to be part of us or they want to be sovereign. But I guess they're pretty much mostly in agreement that they don't want to be Danish. So that's interesting. Yeah, I know. That's why everybody goes from here to you. And a lot of people go from here to Mexico for dental because we can't afford health care. I don't have health insurance. Doug has the VA. We had good health insurance until Obamacare. And then when Obamacare came through, we literally could not afford Obamacare. We would have been paying close to $15,000 out of pocket before even our deductibles would hit. Well, why would I do that? I don't even go to the doctor. I go once a year for a checkup. There's nothing, quote unquote, wrong with me. I don't need regular health care. Not everybody's in that situation. But for me, it makes 0 sense. If I get in a big accident, they're going to take me to the hospital and they're going to put me on state or whatever. They're going to put a lien on my house. I don't know, whatever they're going to do. I'm not too worried about it. But healthcare is crazy in this country. Absolutely insane. And I don't know how anybody can afford it. I really don't. And then you have to get permission from some high school graduate answering a phone to go see a doctor because they get to make decisions about your health care. And then they wonder why CEOs of health companies are being shot on the street. I don't wonder. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, but that has to be fixed too. I'm hoping RFK is going to get on that one too, because something's got to be done. It's ridiculous. And I know, in Germany, they pay about 50% of their income in taxes, but they go to the hospital and they get taken care of. So if I'm going to pay for it, then at least give me services. Don't make me pay for things I can't even get. But yeah, you can bring your health care to us. How about that, Steve? We could use that. Oh, man. Well, I must say, this has been much nicer live than I've had in a while. As far as I know, I haven't sounded like a robot. I haven't lost signal, and nobody's hacked me. And knock on wood, no trolls in chat. So it's been a pretty good live today. So I'm going to take that and say, woohoo. Yes, me too, Steve. Me too. Even my hubby. I mean, he's having the runaround. He's got bad feet from being in the military, and he's dealing with the VA, and they just keep sending him to doctor after doctor. Oh, yeah, you got this from the military. Yeah, well, we can't really do anything. Well, go see this guy, see what he says. And after like 3 doctors, they finally gave him insoles. He's been trying to buy Dr. Scholl's kind of insoles for years, but they weren't good enough, and now he finally has them, and guess what? His feet and his back are starting to feel better. Wow, that was hard. I mean, it's just, Yeah, Steve, you're one of the good ones. I mean, I don't have any bad ones in my group here that come and visit and hang out and chat with me. I mean, everybody here's got a big heart. They all want what's good for everybody else. And, I'm just hoping we all get wealthy enough that we can actually do something about that, because I'm 100% sure every single one of us will. We don't have to have grandiose plans of building a giant veterans village just to help people. I mean, we can help people every single day, even with little things, I mean, Doug does that often at the Family Dollar. Someone's $5-10 short. He'll just say, add it to my card and let's go, and, you do what you got to do and take care of everybody, and, take care of you first, but then, take care of anybody that, really needs it. I mean, you don't just take care of the scroungers, because the scroungers need to get up and take care of themselves. Even though it doesn't say it in the Bible, I do believe God helps those that help themselves. And those that don't, well, that you get what you put out. So, put out the good stuff comes back. Put out the grumpy stuff, oh boy, they're going to smack you upside the head with it. And it may come when you weren't looking, because it doesn't usually come right away. Yeah. Yeah, here's my thing, Steve. Everybody asks that question. What would you take out of the world if you had a choice? Greed. That is always my first answer. Always. Period. Greed. Without greed, 90% of the world's problems are cured. Literally. I mean, there's enough for everybody. There's more than enough for everybody. I think they said that we could take all the people on the whole planet, and they would all, stand them up next to each other. They would all fit inside of Texas. There's a lot of the planet left. You know what I mean? So there is no reason for greed, in my opinion. None. The only reason for greed is ego. And ego seems to be the biggest problem we humans have that needs to be contended with, because I need to be better than somebody. I need to be fancier. I need to be shinier. I need to be richer. I need to be smarter. I need to be morally superior. I don't know. I'm not any of those things. I have more money than some people. I have less money than some people. I have more faith than some people. I have less faith than some people. I'm pretty sure I have better morals than a lot of people, and I will proudly claim that one. Yeah, stuff and nonsense. And I don't need to be better than anybody other than myself. I need to be better than I was yesterday. And some days that doesn't happen. And some days, wow, did I really fall in a big hole and I got a lot of work to do to get back out, but we're humans. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. FYI, never, ever, ever going to be perfect. Never going to be 100% right. You're allowed to have your convictions. You're allowed to have your beliefs. And, as I tell you, just because that's a truth in your world, it isn't in mine. And that's okay too. But we don't have to fight about it. We don't have to fight about it because it literally doesn't exist in my world or your world. So what's there to fight about? Nothing. Because for you, it's not a thing. But we can't just all be living like we are, people think they're cats, or this week I'm a boy, that week I'm a girl, next week I'm a binary nothingness. No. Nope. Again, let's go back to the beginning. Good, evil, dark, light, man, woman. This is how it works. That's it, bless mama. And looking for the good, you can even find it. But if it isn't there more often than the negative or the not good or the literal lack of empathy, people only get so much leeway. If they don't continue to move forward on that, everybody, myself included, again, I am not, I'm talking out my ass half the time, folks. So, I just tell you what I think and what I believe. But yeah, people that say, oh, I'm so sorry, but they do it again, or people that are really insincere in their gratitude, I don't have time for them. I literally don't have time for it. I got better things to do. And I'm putting my energies into my stuff now. Everyone's got to put their energies into their own things. And I'm not saying don't help other people. I'm not saying, just ignore I'm saying, unless you have a real calling to do something, help other people because your life is already good to go, you might want to reevaluate where your energies are being put. My opinion. Some people are literally called to not care at all about their own stuff and help other people. And that's awesome for them. I mean, obviously, that's what makes them happy. That's what, their need in life is. And they just don't have a big worry about personal stuff. But, people need to pay their bills, take care of business, do their own stuff, and then help others, in my opinion. Because, if your house isn't in order, it's really, you're avoiding it. In my opinion, you are avoiding your own problems by taking on other people's problems. And that's just going to set you back. Yep, that's it. 1 and 2, and I am not saying there are not people born with genetic anomalies. There absolutely 100% are. And yes, I have met plenty of people that choose alternate lifestyles. But what's going on is just not. That's not it. And even the people living those alternative lifestyles are saying, don't put me in your group because we are not the same. You are playing a game and this is a real life thing for me. A lot of people are playing games, taking on roles. It's called acting, folks. Go into theater. Lots of people go into theater because they like, experiencing alternative lives. Literally, I mean, some actors really take on the persona of the role they're playing, and they can really, some of them gotten in trouble taking it home. They could be like really bad people, and they go home and they're just like really rah to their spouses, and because they internalize the role so much. But it's still a role. It's still not you. You still have to go into you and fix those things about you that you don't like, because everybody's got them. And I don't know what they are. I know what mine are. You probably know what yours are. None of my business. That's on you to deal with. And until you fix that at your core, I think you're going to keep picking on other people. I think you're going to keep seeing fault in other people instead of saying, wow, those people still have a little growing to do. Let's give them a little leeway. You're going to be like, oh my God, what's wrong with those people? They're so weird. Well, my opinion is if you're feeling that way, you are most likely reacting to something about those people that you don't like about yourself. That's usually what I see. People that have strong reactions to anything different from their own person, it's because they actually have some of that in them and they don't like it. And they don't want it to be anyone to think that about them. So they just react, you object too strongly. There's some truth to that, Good, Steve. I'm learning. Took me a while. I'm learning though, but yeah, the company you keep. That's something my grandmother always said. When I was a kid in the 80s, late 70s, 80s, we went to the roller rink. And, that was like, a big thing. And my grandmother hated it because in her day, the ones that went to the roller rink were, those people that you didn't associate with. And she, didn't want my mother to let us go there because, we're going to get a bad reputation because, whoever you hang out with brings you to their level. So if you're hanging out with those people, they're dragging you down. If you're hanging out with people in higher positions of life or spirituality or, anything, they're going to bring you up. So choose wisely who you pick to hang out with because yeah, if you're going to be hanging out with the crowd that's doing the drugging and the drinking and the whoring and the whatever, guess what you're going to be doing eventually? And even if you're not, guess what your reputation will be? Period. That's it. You don't have to like it. And I get that's part of this whole society. Everything is acceptable. No, it's not acceptable. It is not acceptable. Not everything is acceptable. And it's maybe acceptable to you and not acceptable to me. And that's okay. And that's why we all have different friends. That's why we all have different likes and wants and needs. But, if you want to be well looked upon in society, whether you agree with the way it works or not, you need to have some morals. You need to have some manners. You need to have some gratitude. You need to give people some leeway to have a bad day. And you can only hope that if you give someone that leeway, at some point they'll come back and say, hey, you know what? Thanks. I really needed that breathing space. You really helped me out. I appreciate it. And if not, even if they never tell you, chances are they feel that way. And maybe they will do that for someone else. That's how we spread it. That's how we make the world a better place. In my opinion. Because, I don't know nothing. And I know the more I learn, the less I know. The more I need to learn. So it's nonstop, in my opinion. Thanks, bless mama. Let's talk about that. Catholic Church. I would go to the Catholic Church. I was raised Catholic. Hi, Picky Nikki. How you doing, girlfriend? Thanks for popping. And, we lived in a little town. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew exactly what went on all over the place. Who was the drinker? Who was the wife beater? Who were the good people? Who were the bad people? And you go to church and guess who's sitting in the front row looking down their nose at you? Oh, the guy that got drunk and beat his wife last week, came to church, said his Hail Marys, and he was all forgiven, went home and did it again Monday night. Talk about hypocrisy. Talk about that's not how it works, folks. You don't just say sorry and then continue to do the same thing over and over and over. No, it's not how it works. And, maybe Jesus is good enough to, forgive you on your last dying breath in your deathbed. I'm not that person. So you just keep on acting that way and I just won't deal with you. And you may not care and that's fine, but that's my code of ethic. You want to be a jerk, okay, but I don't have to deal with you. I know plenty of people that are, tattooed and driving motorcycles and smoking dope, and they'll take their shirt off your back. They'll help a bleeding kid. They are good people. I don't care what they look like. That is irrelevant. And I know plenty of people that are sitting in the front row of church every Sunday and dropping $100 bills in the basket and running companies, and they are just nasty people that I wouldn't allow across my threshold of my door. So discernment. Y'all done being lectured now? Is Ellen, really just totally chewed your ear off today? I'm sorry. The craziness is just, whoo. I'm so glad you guys aren't the crazy people. And I hope you don't have to deal with too many crazy people every day. But yeah, I just saw a message from a friend that the fires are moving again, and pray for California, folks. It's looking scary there. I don't know what everybody's going to do. I really hope everybody stays safe. Well, thank you, Steve. I rant and rave. I don't know if anyone listens. Y'all keep showing up, so I guess you must listen. Oh, funny. But yeah, I'm really happy. I have one low stream here for about 30 seconds. But yeah, things seem to be working better. So maybe the planetary stuff is going to stop messing with our internet, because that's been going on for sure, man. I've been, lives everywhere. They're all freezing up, and microphone. I've been hearing other robot people, which again, not happy about it, but at least I know it's not just me. So, because I just keep thinking, what am I doing wrong now? But I don't think it's me. For all I know, they're messing with internet, with all the fires and the winds and the rain and the ice. We could have outages all over that could affect anybody, I suppose. And I don't really know. I don't even know what works together anymore. I just plug it in and say, please work, and hit go. I give up. Yeah, everybody. People are having, their streams aren't working. They try to open them. They don't work. Their thumbnails aren't working. It's freezing. It's robot voicing on people. Cameras won't focus. I don't know. And it's everybody. It's not just people selling stuff. It's people trying to have a live. It's people like me using a picture. It's people actually sitting in front of the camera. It's everything. StreamYard, not StreamYard. I don't know. So I have to assume it's bigger than all of us, something. Who knows? Solar flares. I haven't been looking at those lately. They're probably happening again. That seems to be the new thing on the regular. We get giant solar flares. But I understand that's part of the process of where things are moving in the universe, how some kind of big giant galactic rotation, and we're like just past the peak and heading down. Like if it was a rainbow, we were just at the peak of the rainbow, and now we're heading down, but in a good way, not in a bad way. So that's good. But yeah, it's messing with stuff and things. I don't know, energies and all of it. I'm still waiting for the aliens to show up. Come on, all this energy stuff, there must be a portal open somewhere, right? What's CERN up to? I haven't checked in on them in a while. Anybody know what they're up to? And where'd the drones go? Are they still in New Jersey? We don't have anybody in that side of the country here. Well, Nikki's down in Florida, but she's too far away to see it. So, yeah, I'm going to head out and go back to working on my stuff. I have some packages to track. It's coming. All right. I want to see it, Steve. I don't want the grays, man. I want the big, pretty Nordics with the blue eyes and the blonde hair. That's who I want to come get me. Sounds like they have the nicest place to go. The grays like to poke you with things and probes. And and the lizard people, yeah, they kind of freak me out. So I'll take the Nordics. If you can send them my way, that'd be great. But yeah, I got to go track some packages. Like, what am I going to do? Oh, click the link. But yeah, I'm getting really tired of waiting for these packages, and I'd like to know where they're at. I definitely can't sell stuff till I have it, so that's a problem. Yeah, no lizards, right, Nikki? No, nope, we're not doing lizard people. Not unless they look like bearded dragons. I like bearded dragons. That'd be cool. Maybe we can get dragons back. You know. Go check out Mud Fossil University. You want to see about dragons. He's been turning up some really cool stuff about that lately. I'll post it off in Discord. Nikki, use Discord. Come on, girlfriend. It's just kind of like Facebook Messenger, but nobody's censoring you. It's cool. It's just a link. It's just an app. You can do it. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm going to go do that and see now that, I'm pretty sure my computer's safe. Now I'm going to go set up my billing and stuff. I didn't want to do anything with my new channel with people's information or anything if somebody was going to have access. So I think I'm safe now, and I'm not going to have any credit card numbers or anything. So, but yeah, I didn't even want to put up people's addresses into a folder because I'm scared to, I don't know. Tuesday was really scary for me, guys. I'm sorry. But yes, Steve, I will tell him when he is home, and hopefully it'll be, before 6:30 tonight. He's been working late again, so yeah, sun's starting to stay out after 5, so every minute after 5 they have sunlight. He's working. And then a 45-minute drive home. So, but I will tell him, and he'll be back on here with me on Sunday. Hopefully we'll have good news. I'm hoping. I know people keep saying, well, what is the date? The 16th? When's the 21st? No, y'all have to wait till next weekend, after Tuesday. So between Tuesday and Thursday, they're saying good news. And I doubt it, but I, of course, just like the rest of us, we will watch and hope it's true. But yeah, definitely, I'm pretty sure it's going to be by July. And if it doesn't happen then, I don't know, guys. At that point, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a better idea of what kind of financial systems are running the world now, because they have to fix it. They have to change it. There's been too much going on all over the place. There's been too many sanctions lifted, too many, this whole new deal with all the tariffs and stuff. Things are going to change, period. And I believe most countries are going to, if they aren't joining the BRICS, they're going to be following BRICS thoughts of being gold/asset backed, and the world's going to change whether anybody likes it or not. So my other suggestion is we are probably looking at hyperinflation as this goes down. So stock up on anything you can now so you can still afford to have it in your cupboard, because I don't know. I think there's going to be a mess. I think there's going to be a lot of trade wars. I think we're going to be shut off from stuff for a while till they all decide to play nice again. So we may not be able to get some things for a little while, kind of like last time when they shut down California ports and all. Yeah, they keep lifting them left, right, and sideways. And I know that Iran, they've said, well, okay, we'll play nice now. They're not going to fight any more of this. And I think Iran's been a big stickler because Iran has had a lot of people in Iraqi government. And, it's not beneficial to them to not be able to skim money. They really didn't like that. But Iran, I think now because Trump's there, they're like, okay, because I'm pretty sure that Iran knows Trump isn't going to play. So, there's been a lot of things going on that I don't think any of the gurus have had anything to say about that is going on behind the scenes. And, they know Trump's coming. And, last time he was there, he made the world tour. And I'm pretty sure they know what his game plan is. And I also think that he's not going to be playing, and he's not going to let people have as much leeway as they've had the past few years about doing things. So, Biden let a lot of stuff happen because, it went in his pocket and other people's pockets. It made them happy, but not us. But that's over. I'm pretty sure most of that's over. So all I can say is I don't care if they want to sue Trump every day of his office, days in office. I just hope he ignores it, tells the lawyers sick him, and just keeps on doing what he needs to do, because he's about the only one at this point that I can see that can get anything done. I'm not a huge fan of the man himself, but he can fix things. I hope. Let's hope. We will find out very, very soon. All right, I'm done. I had to go watch the rest of Rita. I had to get off before she started reading about Ruth. She started reading about Ruth yesterday. So if you guys want to catch up and start in with Ruth, watch yesterday's show, then watch today's show. And that's where I'm going to be Monday through Thursday, unless I'm here live. And then I'll just go back and watch the rerun and go check out, she's doing some really good Bible studies. And I like the way Rita deals with it. So you guys want to join, come on over to Rita's channel and have some Bible study. And some good company. There's a bunch of nice people there. So yeah, as always, guys, sending much peace, love, and harmony from Petrichor Ranch in Arizona. Big warm hugs. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys all on Sunday. Have a good one. Bye now.